The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of UA Local 502 Louisville basketball game night starts now.
The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of UA Local 502 Louisville basketball game night starts now.
Will you be able to get his interview?
The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of UA Local 502 Louisville basketball game night starts now.
Let me test this.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome in to Sacred Heart Academy, where the #1 ranked girls team in the state, the Sacred Heart Valkyries, 3-time defending state champion, go up against visiting Notre Dame Pandas. That 9th region is a good one, and these Notre Dame Pandas are ready to spring an upset. They come in at 19-6, and Sacred Heart's 24-3, alongside Hall of Fame coach Mark Evans. I'm Paul Najar. We're thrilled to bring you the action here on Glycod. It is Louisville game night on Glycod, and Mark, we've got a good one tonight.
Yeah, we do, Paul. I've kept up with Notre Dame for many, many years. The coach and I go way back to the times of him being at Holy Cross and pulling off one of the greatest state championships I've ever seen.
That Covington Holy Cross 10 years ago.
Absolutely right, 10 years ago, and he was, from that point on, after watching his team play against E-Town and beat some of the teams he beat, I followed him from that point on.
They beat Aaron Bowley. They beat everybody. They beat that great male team as well on their way to the championship.
Well, that's not by luck. He's a tremendous coach, and he plays a great schedule just so he can set himself up for tournament time. Tonight's just part of that.
Very similar to his coaching opponent tonight, Donna Moyer. I mean, they know what they want to do every time that ball's tossed in the air. They know what they want their teams to do beginning to end.
Well, they're program builders and they're program keepers. I mean, they make it happen. They make it happen year in, year out. It's not by luck. It's by design. And kids want to play for them, and because they're successful. But they take their kids farther than just a basketball court. Their kids are successful after the fact. All of them. It's just a great opportunity. Playing under Donna, great opportunity playing under Kez. You got two of the best out there tonight playing, getting ready for the tournament time.
Two very distinct styles, too, Mark. Let's first talk about what Kez Murphy can do to a team and for a team stylistically.
Well, Kez it's always defense first. His philosophy is you might always have the 5 stars and this and that can score and score and score. But if kids will give great effort and they're pretty good athletes, then they can play defense and they can make a difference on the defensive end. And that's what he hangs his hat on. Not to say he doesn't run great offensive sets, not to say that he doesn't have great offensive philosophy. But when it comes down to it, the reason he's in there year in, year out, no matter what, is because of the defense and the time he puts preparing those kids to play great defense and follow scouting reports.
And now, Donna Moyer, you've had some legendary battles with her through the years as coaches. You're great friends. Just what stamp does she put on with her 800-plus wins and her six state titles?
Well, I laugh all the time because when I decided to retire, Donna was real down about it. I said, "What you down about?" She goes, "Mark, more than anybody else, I enjoyed beating your tail." And so Donna and I are really close, as you well know.
Yes.
As far as her program goes, second to none, of course. I don't know how you win 4 consecutive state championships in a row.
4, yes.
It takes great coaching, takes great staff, takes great players, and it takes a little bit of luck. You got to stay away from the injury bug at the wrong time. Let
me rewind my brain. I was saying 3 straight. I'm thinking of 02, 03, 04 when you should have won one of those probably. And I'm not thinking 20, 21, 20, or 21, 22, 23, 24. And now the top team in the state still in 25, it could be a 5-peat.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're the team to beat without a doubt. I know they slipped up a little bit a week ago or so, but the only thing that I always felt could get in the way of Sacred Heart would be injuries, which we just pray to God that doesn't happen to any kid, and it could be foul trouble. And even in my keys tonight, I talked a little bit about foul trouble.
Well, we'll get to those a little later. We set you up. We've got senior night here going at Sacred Heart, and they've got 5 really good ones and 1 outstanding. The defending 3-time Kentucky Gatorade basketball, or Miss Basketball in Kentucky 3 straight years, and now going for a 4th, Zakiya Johnson. Well, we'll hear more about that when we return. We're going to come back with Kez Murphy, Mark's interview with Kez Murphy, so stay with us on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Blunt Dental Group is a high-quality, family-owned dental practice. We are committed to educating our patients, as well as investing in the latest technology to provide more efficient dental care. Our team of licensed dentists and hygienists includes 2010 male high graduate Tyler Blunt, located in the heart of Linden at 8013 New LaGrange Road, Suite 6. For an appointment, call 502-425-7068 or go online at bluntdentalgroup.com. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles.
Innovation is what allowed us to reach for the stars. And now, to reach for the ignition without changing your oil for what feels like forever. Introducing Oil Guard, a Ferris exclusive. This innovative Vanguard oil system lets you go 5 times longer between oil changes. Along with Ferris's patented suspension system, you'll cut faster, mow longer, and reduce maintenance.
(1965) male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit OperationParent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Polo Real Estate Group, your one-stop real estate source. Founded by 1993 Male graduate Dion Reese. Contact him at 502-387-6330 or visit online at polorealestategroup.com.
One of the best coaches I've ever seen in the high school ranks anyway. I've always had that pleasure to watch him a long time ago, and it's just great to be able to be with him tonight. Kez, as always, your strength of schedule is off the charts. What do you hope to learn from tonight's game?
Yeah. So first, appreciate the kind words, but you're the living legend, so it's great to be here and
Thank you.
Connect and catch up a little bit. As far as tonight's game, we're finishing up with Sacred Heart. Obviously, we had GRC, Assumption, now Sacred Heart, 3 really good teams, and ultimately the thought process was to prepare ourselves for tournament play. Right, I know all 3 teams are really good. Donna's teams are always, oh my gosh, right?
Very well.
It's really good, really good. So ultimately, what we want to get out of this is just to be able to go be us and play at a high level. So turnovers have been an issue. We've not had our starters. We're missing 2 starters. One's back today, but actually she's back against Assumption. Half the game. Hopefully she gets some more minutes. Going to try to get her a bit more condition. Mm-hmm. Another starter's out until next week, so an opportunity for other kids to step up as well. So ultimately what we want to do is just go be us and fix a few things and make sure we're ready for Holy Cross in the district championship.
Okay, now who's your competition in your region? I think I know, but why don't you tell the audience?
Yeah. So Cooper, they've owned the region the past couple of years. They're still really solid this year. Highlands is always solid with Jamie. She does a great job. Mm-hmm. Holy Cross, obviously, they've got some really good kids that have been pretty solid this past season. Dixie Heights, and that's essentially it. Then there's us, right? So it's wide open.
Yes,
so it comes down to the draw and a little bit of luck too, right?
Absolutely. Always takes a little luck.
Absolutely.
And those draws are nice. I always wanted to play the toughest teams going throughout the season, but when it came draw time, I wanted to be the luckiest person ever and have the best rabbit's foot.
100%.
Without a doubt.
I get that.
Your Pandas right now are averaging 57 points and they're allowing 42. Sacred Heart's averaging 73 and they're allowing 47. With that being said, what are you going to have to do today to tip the scales maybe a little bit your way?
Yeah. So that's the story of all of my teams. We pride ourselves on the defensive end. We might not always have a Power 5 kid. We might not have many kids that want to play at the next level. So we've got to find ways to enhance our strengths as best we can, and we can do that on the defensive end. Obviously, Sacred Heart's got one of the top players in the nation, so you can only do so much, but ultimately, it's just a matter of focusing on our details. If we focus on details on the defensive end and on the offensive end, we got a chance. We can compete. And then just execute at a high level, right? And then lastly, got to believe. If our kids walk in with big eyes, and it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty much when I look at your team, I look at a team, as many of your teams, you have balanced scoring, you always had. You've always shared the basketball, but the kids that needed the ball at the right time always seem to have the ball at the right time. Like I said, I've seen some of your best. The E-Town win in the state tournament where you went on to win 2015 was one of the best coach games I've ever seen in my entire life. And from that point on, I followed you close.
Nice.
But anyway, you have a 5'11" young lady, Holtzappel, and I know she's leading your team 12 points or something like that. And then it moves on from there. Maybe start with her and just tell me a little bit about your roster and tell the people out there that's going to be watching tonight a little bit about your roster.
Sure. Emma is a junior. She just started playing basketball in 7th grade. She was a swimmer, ran track, and she got to the point to where she just jumped in with 2 feet and has put a ton of time into her game. She's got several D1 schools looking at her. She had a major club season this past summer, so we expect big things out of her in the future. So to get her education paid for, that's a big deal. Forget basketball, to have that opportunity is a big deal. So she's a really solid shooter. We've got a little sophomore point guard, Erin McGraw. Her dad runs Next Level Basketball, the club basketball team in Northern Kentucky, so she lives in a gym. You'll see her, small in stature, but she's a little feisty dog, right? So she earned that spot, took it over from a senior point guard who was our starter for the past 2 years, Tori Lanahan. And Tori might not be a stat stuffer, but she's a great teammate, and she supports Erin, so you'll notice that as well on the floor. So we're connected. Maya Lowry is a 5'11", point guard, forward. She does it all. She's our defensive specialist. She does everything we ask. We put a lot on her shoulders, and she seems to deliver every game. So you'll get a kick out of watching her play. Her effort, her motor is phenomenal. So you'll enjoy watching her. Our big, Sophia Gibson, I've known her since 5th grade, right? Grew up with her family. 6'5", full ride to go play at Yale. So her education will be paid for, right? So she's got a bright future. Forget basketball again, right? She's going to do well. But she's been out for the past month. She got back this past Tuesday, played half the game. Conditioning is not where it's supposed to be, but she'll work. She'll fight through it. We'll get her ready for the tournament. So you'll get a kick out of watching her too. She's a nice talent that still has a high ceiling. Addie Lowry, so Maya's sister. We've got 4 Lowrys in our program, so that's a lot of tuition for that family, right?
Yes, it is.
Addie is a defensive specialist off the bench, has the same type of effort as Maya, drives it well, uber athletic junior, right? So she's another solid. Megan McGraw, who's a senior, started the Turt. Erin's older sister, phenomenal soccer player, likely played D1 in soccer at the college level. So a lot of good talent, good athletes, and again, we're super connected. Jocelyn Labrador Humphrey transferred from Boone County. She is still drinking from a water hose because she's essentially a freshman, right, and trying to learn the system. But she's starting to come on. So that's a plus. So as we put everything together, I'm hoping we can get healthy, make a run, and people just start to believe and focus. The last one is Ryan Burden. She'll play D3 next year. She comes off the bench as a forward, can shoot it, does a lot of good things for us, great teammate. So a lot of solid kids. Amelia Stollard's a sophomore that can shoot it. Riley Eberhard is another sophomore that's a phenomenal athlete. Her mom played Division I basketball. So, again, a lot of great kids. We play a lot of kids. We play full court blitzing the whole time. So it's just one of those things to where when we're playing a Sacred Heart type team, who's going to show up? So we're about to find out.
Well, Kez, I'll tell you what. I love this interview because your energy and your passion and your optimism, I've always loved all that about you, and it's just great to reconnect, and I guess we need to go back to Glaucon right now, but let's...
Buying or selling a new home, and you want to do it with few hassles? Count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You cannot depend on Carl to make peace with his seatbelt.
Today!
Or on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup?
Or on Stephanie's perfect parking spot to stay perfect. But you can depend on their car starting because they have Interstate batteries. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycod.
And welcome back. Welcome back. We are live here at Sacred Heart Academy, and right now you heard from Kes Murphy, the head coach of Notre Dame, but right now we want an inside look to tonight's game presented by Blinds Direct. Looking for the best in home decor at Blinds Direct. They offer custom blinds, wallpaper, and more. Proudly serving Louisville for over 30 years. Visit blindsdirect.com for more. Inside look, Mark Evans at the visiting Notre Dame Pandas.
Okay, Paul, as far as the Pandas go tonight, once again, playing Sacred Heart, they have to play stellar transition defense. They got to take away every easy bucket. They have to limit their turnovers without a doubt, and he said that's been a bugaboo this year. And they have to cut the second shots out. They have to board well.
And now the Blinds Direct inside look at the Sacred Heart Valkyries.
Sacred Heart's got to be Sacred Heart. They need to push the pace like they typically do. They need to win the points off turnover battle, and then they also have to stay out foul trouble with key players.
Those are your inside looks at tonight's game presented by Blinds Direct. Looking for the best in-home decor at Blinds Direct. They offer custom blinds, wallpaper, and more. Proudly serving Louisville for over 30 years. Visit blindsdirect.com for more. Want to remind everyone this broadcast is authorized by Sacred Heart Academy with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. And we'll be back with more of our pregame broadcast. We'll have this break, and when we come back, you'll hear our homestanding head coach, Sacred Heart Academy's Donna Moyer, when we return on Glycod.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
You cannot depend on Carl to make peace with his seatbelt.
Today.
Or on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup?
Or on Stephanie's perfect parking spot to stay perfect. But you can depend on their car starting because they have Interstate batteries. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, You know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville. You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycod.
Through losing, I don't know about that, but we did kind of come back.
In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Glycod Pregame here. It is a big one here tonight. Top-ranked Sacred Heart hosting the visiting Notre Dame Pandas, and I'm with head coach Donna Moyer of the Sacred Heart Valkyries. And Donna, you had to recharge some things this past week. Tough loss at Simon Kenton in overtime, but it sounds as though nothing really phases this team at all.
No, you know, it was good. I mean, I never like losing. I hate losing, and everybody says you learn through losing. I don't know about that, but we did kind of come back and go to back to some basics on our defense and, you know, our offense, you know, just moving the ball more, cutting. And so we you know, we've really kind of gone back to some basics this week, which is what we needed to do after, you know, with all the snow, it's like we're playing so many games in a row, and so it was good to have a couple days off and focus. We were on winter break last week, so got to get in here and get some good practice time.
And that helps because you're facing a team in Notre Dame with a coach who's been there before. You've won several championships, more than a handful, and he's won one in his career, and he's done a heck of a job with whatever he has. He sort of molds that talent. When it comes to facing an opposition like this, where do you direct your attention for your team?
You know, when you play against Kez, it's like a chess match. You know, like he's going to do this, we're going to do this. Like he very much likes to control the game. I like to let my kids play a little more freely. I mean, I'm sure he does too, but just, you know, I just know like he's always kind of like thinking like, hey, I might have this match here or whatever. But Notre Dame's a great team. I mean, I think they're every bit have a chance to win that 9th region up there. You know, they've got Sophia Gibson in the middle that's going to Yale. So, you know, and he likes to kind of play a little pack line. You know, like I know defensively they're going to try to give us some problems, and hopefully what we do is going to, you know, make a difference.
Yeah. You have 3-time Player of the Year. She can do so many things. What's impressed you the most this year? She's added something to her game, I think, of real value every year. And what has she added this year that's helped this team achieve what it's achieved so far?
I think you know, one of the things she can really is a knockdown 3-point. You know, she's worked on her 3-point shot. I mean, everybody knows that. You know, she can get to the basket, you know, get the M1s in there. But I think, you know, she never really had to be the person and the leader. And I think, like, what she's done as far as, like, her leadership role, I mean, you can see her on the court, like, she's, you know, really fit, like, she moves better, like, she moves faster, like, but just like her, and she's got great insight to the game. I mean, you know, she really thinks the game, and, you know, we try to tell them, hey, we're teaching you at this game at a high level, you know, and understands that and really articulates that to the team too, which is really neat.
And finally for you, how much fun has this been this season, this run, as you approach senior night tonight with these young ladies?
First of all, I'm like, how did we get here? It just seems like it's just flown by. I guess the longer you coach, the quicker the seasons go, and just what a treat it has been to be able to coach Zakaya and just be a little part of her basketball life and all our seniors. We're going to have senior night tonight, and then at halftime we're going to honor her with her McDonald All-American jersey, which is pretty cool. So, I'm fortunate to have the job I have, to be able to coach the kids I get to coach, and and like generation, once in a time, you get to get somebody like Zakaya, because not only is she a good basketball player, like she is just a great person. She gives great hugs. She connects with all the little kids and the adults and pictures, and she's just a whole package.
And that whole package is on display tonight. We're going to look forward to it. Thanks to Donna. We're going to come back with more on our pregame show. Stay with us on Glycod.
Go ahead. Pour it on. As thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycon.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycon.
Welcome back to Sacred Heart Academy, where we now have the starting lineups for you. First, for the visiting Notre Dame Academy Pandas and head coach Kez Murphy. We want to see those up on the screen, Jeff. We have them because I didn't receive them. I do know that the starters, some starters, Jeff, will we have them on the screen?
Number 23, Ryan Burton. And number 33, Sophia Gibson. Congratulations, ladies. Now let's bring the starting lineups. Our star guest from Notre Dame. At guard, a 5'7" freshman, number 1, Amelia Stallard. And forward, a 5'10" junior, number 12, Emma Holzapfel. At guard, a 5'10" senior, number
For Kez Murphy's Pandas, we have at forward a 5'11" junior, number 12, Emma Holzapfel. At center, a 6'5" senior headed to Yale University. She wears number 33, Sophia Gibson. At forward, 5'11" senior, a defensive stopper, as you heard Kez Murphy define her, number 21, Maya Lowry. And as the lights go off here, we're going to take a moment so we can actually see who we're calling out. So starter, a 5'7" sophomore at guard, number 1, Amelia Stallard. Now for Sacred Heart on senior night with all the seniors they have. They're going to start all their seniors. So Addison Kincaid, a 6'3" senior wearing number 10.
At guard, a 6'1" senior,
At
number
guard,
11,
of course, number 11, Zakiah Johnson, averaging 22 and 22.1. And
number 15, Lydia Papaya.
Lydia Papaya, the senior, wearing number 15.
A 5'8" senior, number 23, Caroline Osteen.
Caroline Osting, the next starter. She wears number 23. And number 33, Morgan Fry, the 6' senior. So there you have your starting lineup. The Sacred Heart Academy Valkyries. Now this is something interesting. Let's take over center court, says the Notre Dame Pandas. I'm sure I see that wry smile on your face, Mark. That wouldn't make you very happy, would it?
Well, knowing their coach, Kez, he's such a class act. I don't think there's any, I guarantee there's no lack of respect whatsoever. Now, if it was the NCAA football, we might have a fight here in midcourt.
That's different. No, that was all class. These young ladies, superb. Notre Dame, just great tradition in their athletic programs. I get to see their volleyball program every year. To a, two-time state champion in the last 5 years. Notre Dame Pandas out of the 9th region. So we're ready. It's Zakiah Johnson. And they get the tip, and they're going to come down and give the first basket away to Notre Dame. The senior night. And they go back the other way for Kincaid. And there will be a stoppage of play. As Addison Kincaid will take a seat. She gets her basket, but it's all ceremonial. Up on the big scoreboard mark, it's 0-0, but on scoreboard at either end, it's 2-2, 7:41 to play in this first quarter. And play resumes. That was about 40 minutes of a lot of pomp and circumstance. We are ready for this action now.
Absolutely. Sacred Heart with their patented man-to-man defense that they've been working on a little extra this week to get a little bit better and honed.
Yes, indeed.
It always makes it a little interesting, though, on senior night, Paul. I really struggled with senior nights because, it was the end of a chapter, but on the other side of it, too, when you start all your seniors and they don't normally start, it's a little bit rough at the beginning sometimes.
Amira Tootie Johnson in there. She wears number 0, the sophomore, 5'5".
Yeah, Tootie makes them go.
She does, but there's a nice drive to the rack. Going to the line for 2 free throws.
Fouls on 23, Caroline Osteen. That is her first.
First things first.
Team first.
Maya Lowry.
Maya Lowry shooting 2.
The defensive specialist for this squad. Lowry gets the first.
65% free throw shooter. Pretty good. Not great, but she knocks down the first one, which is important. It's a good start for the day for her.
Active on that drive to the basket. Can't get the second one to go. Rebound comes down. There's Johnson. She gets it up court.
Man-to-man defense. I think they play more pack line, so you'll see them probably switching quite a bit and dropping in the gaps.
That one off the mark. And that 3 off glass. Amelia Stollard, the sophomore.
Don't think she called it, but it all counts the same.
She is second for the Pandas. She comes into this game with 36 three-pointers. And a great pass from Zakiah Johnson.
Yeah, Kez likes to pick up full and make things happen.
And
he always
they
has.
do, but that steal there, that was a very, that was a tough pass to make. Almost picked off and taken the other way.
Kez has concerns recently about some of the turnovers, and tonight's not going to be one of the nights they can afford many turnovers. They're going to have to play a very, very good game. That's the Pandas if they're going to come out ahead.
There's where the advantage, here's Morgan Fry knocks that one out of bounds. But I think there's the advantage Sacred Heart has, a little more speed in their bigs up and down the court. Great spin move to the rack, Maya Lowry.
Very impressive. Anytime you can split the defense and make a spin and keep your eyes on the basket, have a good angle, knock it down, that's a good thing.
She averages 9 points a game. She already has 3. They're up 8-2.
Very balanced team, very balanced scoring team.
They
All
could
kids
get that rebound, but there we go with the finish.
Yeah, that's going to be big tonight, Paul. The Pandas have to keep the Sacred Heart Valkyries off the offensive board. Just have to.
To finish at the rim, they do it so well. Of course, when you have Zakiah Johnson, but Lydia Mabaya to take care of that finish on that possession. Going to be the breaking the press. She finds Johnson. Johnson brings it up court to the right side. She stops, pops that three, no good. Rebound comes down to the Pandas.
Sacred Heart playing ball hanging a little bit, staying and trying to pick up ball right off the bat on makes and misses.
Side, Lowry couldn't get that one to go. Fry blocked that one out. There's Tootie down court for the left-handed layup.
Yeah, Paul, one thing we talked about early on the keys, transition defense has to be great tonight by the Pandas if they want to stay in the ball game.
And transition did Sacred Heart very well right there. 1, 2 passes and a layup.
Yeah, that's Sacred Heart basketball. They run the court well. They get their eyes up well. They see people out in front well.
8-time state champion Sacred Heart Valkyries, Donna Bender-Moyer with her hand in all 8 of them. As a freshman on the 1976 state champion, the second state champion is Zakiah Johnson. Drains it from the left corner.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting with Kez tonight if he'll play straight up defense and just play pack line and not try to take away some touches of Johnson. I think I would have to try to take the ball out of her hands just a little bit if I could.
Good steal from Fry, and Zakiah goes to the rack, and she'll get fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2. Donna is at a hand, as we mentioned, as a player, as a freshman in 1976 champion, the second state champion. Who was the first, Mark, in 75? You remember?
No, I don't.
Butler.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
they had the big superstar, Hall of Famer, went to Louisville, and I'll think of her name before too long.
She actually worked at Louisville.
Valerie.
No. Johnson.
Owens?
Johnson.
Owens or Johnson? There we
Her
go.
last name was Johnson.
Yeah.
Adrian Johnson.
Yeah.
She was a heck of a player and a great young lady. I mean, she
Yeah.
worked at Louisville for quite a while, working
Yes, she did.
color commentating for the Cardinals, for the girls program.
Indeed.
Very sharp girl.
Zakiah hits 1 of 2. They get the steal right away. And of course, with Crystal Kelly, Donna had 02, 03, or 03, 02, 03, and 04. With Crystal
One
Kelly.
of those really hurt my feelings. That was a big one.
At
They
02.
clipped us on the last second shot.
And look at that quick shot from the corner. Humphreys hits it.
Full court pressure by the Pandas, but they're going to have to stop ball.
See, Sophia Gibson brought it up the court, now they get it. Humphreys, back out it goes.
Did a nice job of changing pace and splitting the defense, made a nice pass. Just going to have to finish.
But finishing quickly up ahead.
Well, Paul, we have a pretty good pace going right here, right now. That's for sure.
We do
We'll
indeed.
see how that works. I think Sacred Heart probably has a little bit more depth, but Kez feels very good about the depth of his team. And he's actually out a starter tonight and one star just back. So he's playing a little bit disadvantaged. Sacred Heart sticking with man-to-man, which is just normal. Those change defenses every once in a while, but not much. Right now, this time of the year, they're working on just getting better at what they're good at.
Yeah, got away with a walk there, but powering to the basket, gets her own rebound, put back. Johnson Humphrey gets that one to go.
Yeah, Kay's
she is tough.
Yeah, Kez talked a lot about her and her toughness and her glue of the team. I mean, does a real nice job with this basketball team.
That is Jocelyn Labordeaux Humphrey. She gets it out for the 3, can't connect. There's Labordeaux Humphrey again. Jocelyn's gonna go up with the reverse, and she gets called for a travel.
Yeah, just by accident. She made a great rebound, but she got herself caught under the basket, and she shuffled her feet trying to get position, get the ball up off the glass.
Labordeaux Humphrey, just a junior. She transferred in from Boone County. She is learning that system.
Full court man pressure.
Coach said, and that man pressure gets beat by the Valkyries.
Yeah, they face guard.
That's Riley Gilvin, the freshman.
Yeah, the Pandas did a nice job. They had on-ball defense, but they didn't. What happens a lot of times is if you get out in front of your offensive player, they just back cut you, and they did, and got a wide open layup out of it.
Gilvin just a little short on that one. And it's tough, Mark, when you look at the depth of both teams. When you get down into the sophomore class and the freshman class, and these teams both have the opportunity to win region. Of course, Sacred Heart, 4-time defending state champ, as Gilvin hits the second of 2. And there's a steal. There's Tootie for 2 more. Tootie Jordan. Making her presence felt with defense, and Kez Murphy is forced to call a timeout there. First quarter break. That's the first break in the first quarter. We'll take one as well. 15-13. Valkyries up 2. Stay with us on Glycon.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycon.
Sacred Heart Academy up 2 over the visiting Notre Dame Pandas here late in the first quarter. I like what Humphrey brings to this Panda squad, Mark. She's coming off the bench and she's giving him a lift.
Yeah, Kez talked about her and said that's what she's good for. She does a great job of bringing energy off the bench and really picking up the tempo.
And a great finish, great press break offense, and the finish by Ryan Burden. Terrific pass to finish. That one off, rebound Burden. She tries to get it over.
Yeah, just a tough break that time.
I'm sorry, that was Riley Eberhard.
The Pandas picked up the rebound and then unfortunately turned it over.
Riley Eberhard, who made that nice dish on that bounce pass for the Burden finish. Johnson moves left, wants to do a step back. She kept her pivot foot. Tried to make something out of nothing there and gets it to Tootie. Left side it goes. They work top. Looking for backdoor screen, but leave Tootie Jordan wide open, and she'll bury a 3.
Yeah, when Tootie's hitting threes, with everything else she brings to the table, it really, really adds for the Sacred Heart.
That's 7 for Jordan. Oh, that cross-court tip by Jordan, picked up by Humphrey. Humphrey goes inside. Jocelyn Humphrey no good. She scrambled for the rebound. Picked up, knocked out of there by Sacred Heart to Johnson. Johnson all the way down the layup to Riley Gilvin.
Yeah, one thing that the Pandas have to do, though, is if they don't make a shot, they got to slow the ball down and get back and cover the scoring spot.
They're sending bodies to the offensive glass. Oh, traveling. Steps called.
Well, that's the first turnover. Well, I take that back. I'm sorry. That's the 6th turnover by the Pandas, and that was one thing that the Kez was really concerned about coming into this game tonight.
Kylie Wagner on Tootie. They come up with a double team. She breaks it with ease. Gilvin.
Those kids change the defenses. There's a little bit of a 2-2.
Johnson with 1 second left just misses the 3. 5-point advantage for Sacred Heart at the end of 1. We'll come back. Second quarter action. Stay with us on Glycon.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville. You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycon.
And welcome back to Sacred Heart Academy, where the host Valkyries hold a 5-point lead at the end of one quarter over the Notre Dame Pandas. Alongside Mark Evans, I'm Paul Najar. Mark, just all kinds of confusion with honorary layups at either end for the team, senior night, but now that first quarter settled in. The Pandas are giving the homestanding Valkyries a good effort.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't expect anything different. The difference in the game, at least the first quarter so far, is turnovers. The Pandas have had 6, and 2 of those were points off turnovers, so 4 points have given up off the turnover play.
And that great play, backdoor to Gilvin for the layup. Inside it goes, and Sophia Gibson, the Yale commit, she is fouled. She'll shoot 2 free throws. It's Zakiya Johnson's first foul.
Well, Coach Moore did a nice job coming out of that quarter break and set that play up underneath. And, and that was a well-called play, well-set play against Kenz's defense, and it paid off.
That was Tari Ralston with the assist, the 5'7" freshman. She wears number 4. Tari and Tootie are going to be, and Gilvin, formidable backcourt trio. Gilvin head up. She sees the opening, and they can't get it to go. Zakiya Johnson came flying in. Gibson gets the rebound. Outlet, and no call? No. And that one finished by Amelia Stollard, the 5'7" sophomore.
Well, Paul, I tell you what, I guess there's no such thing as an and one, because that was an and one.
I mean, when you jump over someone and put your foot on their back. Anyway, Stollard fakes, gets it back, looking inside for Gibson. They got a little bit of a shadow double team on her inside. Oh, boy, and that's just a tough mistake. And it goes down for Tootie Johnson. She'll get fouled.
Those are mistakes that the Pandas just can't afford. That sounds like a broken record, but you just can't give. Sacred Heart's tough enough. You just can't give them easy layups off of turnovers. It just can't happen.
Their leading scorer, Holtzapfel, hasn't really had a look on offense. She wears number 12. She's a junior.
I'll tell you what, though, I think the Pandas done a really nice job of pushing the ball and getting up and down the court.
Yeah, they have.
They've got some good looks. And Sacred Heart ain't gotten back as well as they need to get back either, to be honest with you. But, right now they're winning the turnover battle.
Yeah, that's it. And now it's a 6-point lead. It's Aaron McGraw, the sophomore. Good ball handler. Just a little shaky on the perimeter in the opening moments of this game. Gibson inside over her left shoulder. She flings it over Zakiya. Can't get it to go. Johnson up ahead, quick, and the step through.
Yeah.
Tari with the step through, and Tootie, she wanted that one. Tari Ralston with that finish was sweet.
But Johnson has just fantastic body control. She's in great balance. Euro steps, the step-throughs always make me a little bit nervous with a female player in knees, but when you have the balance she has and she has control, that was just a tremendous move in full speed, open full court.
8-point lead. Step back 3, no good. Off the mark, Holtzapfel gets the rebound. She loses it. Good hands to take it away. Tootie Jordan gets it. Jumper from the free throw line. Short. Johnson. Rebound. Pulls it out to the 3-point line. Can't get it to go. Back to McGraw. Holtzapfel can't get that one to go. she might be pressing just a little bit.
Well, I think you got credit Sacred Heart's defense. They're
Yes.
finding her. Whoever's assigned to her, I know they switch a lot, but they bottom line, they've had a hand in her face, and she's had to work. Who I'm really impressed with is a little point guard, number 32, Aaron McGraw. You know, anytime I think about Tootie on the Sacred Heart side matching up with a point guard, you know, she makes life tough. And so far, that young lady's done a very good job. You know, not just Tootie on her, but mainly Tootie on her.
Back and forth they go at each end. And a good return pass from Johnson. But the rebound goes out of bounds off of Notre Dame.
Well, you know, we haven't mentioned Brianna Wilkins yet tonight, but
we have not.
I call her Silky. She's as smooth can be, and she can score inside, she can rebound, and she can flat shoot the ball from the outside.
And there you go, right on cue, Brianna Wilkins. Brianna Wilkins, a major cog to this team, and maybe just trying a little too much as Tootie gets the steal, and they get up and down the court, opening up a 13-point lead, 7 straight for the Valkyries. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. Mark?
Well, Kez couldn't get that timeout fast enough. I mean, he's always on his toes. He's always ready to make it, but that happened so fast, he didn't even have a chance after the last time, but definitely needed a timeout. Needed to settle his players down, slow them down. And right now, they're setting up the point guard. They're running out with the backs turned, not looking back. So she has no options other than go one-on-one.
And that's the toughest thing in the world, to leave one-on-one with Tootie Jordan in the open court. That's not easy, especially when she has a jumper coming at you as well in support.
Well, she's so, if they do jump, but she's so quick with her hands. But like I said, I've been really impressed with this 5'6" Aaron McGraw as far as the point guard goes. But her players are running the court out in front of her pretty well, but they're not turning and looking for the ball.
Right.
And she's got to have that opportunity to get that ball out.
She takes a rest and up the court. The Pandas. And that's going to be a charge. That was Maya Lowry. She had great success early in the first quarter.
Well, that was Tootie Jordan taking that. And, you know, I talk about it all the time. Tootie decided to play defense. It's made her a very, very good player. When she first came in, she thought offense. Now she thinks defense, and she's fantastic.
And she is making things happen. Steal there. Notre Dame takes it back. Spin around. Lowry looks inside, loses the handle. Who comes up with it? There's Jordan. Tootie Jordan to step through, and the layup. The nice 6-foot floater there. Well, Tootie Jordan.
That was a lot tougher than it looked. I mean, she may have stepped through and had come back, crossed her own body to get the ball up to the rim. That was pretty special.
And Lowry finally breaks that 9-0 run by the Valkyries, and it's right back. Zakiya Johnson. Labrador Humphrey gets her shot blocked by Johnson. Pandas maintain possession.
There's no stopping Lowry. There's no doubt about it. I mean, she plays strong, no doubt about that. She steps through. That was a good step through. Used her body well, but just got her shot blocked.
It's a really nice move to get there, yes. And that possession, again, empty. They've had 8 out of 9, but good hustle on defense. Pandas go down and get it. Here comes Humphrey, 2-on-1. Can she go and get enough? Nope, can't get that angle. They got to set up the offense. They lose the handle. Here comes Tootie Jordan all the way in. She is fouled and will go to the line.
Yeah, that last possession, Paul, and that inbounds play, you know, the Pandas did everything right. They had great ball reversal, reversed it to the corner for a wide open look. Kid did a little hit fake, stepped around, had a 15-footer, but once again, the ball's got to fall through the net, especially if you're playing the Valkyries.
That foul on Stollard. She's out there with Tori Lenahan, number 5, the senior.
This is something else that Jordan has really improved in. she shoots 86% from the free throw line.
And
you're an in-game situation.
Yeah.
She's got the ball in her hands. What are you going to do? I mean, she's going to make free throws, and you're going to get beat.
She's so low to the ground, and she hits them both. She's so well. I know you love those type of point guards because they go full speed pretty much all the time.
Sacred Heart, after that made free throw, did what they like to do sometimes. Came out with a 1-2-1-1 trap right off the bat, trying to get a quick steal and a quick layup and a flip change. But that time the Pandas were ready and made the right passes and got the ball down the court.
Well, I thought that ball went out of bounds off Sacred Heart, but Sacred Heart gets possession. They come up court. Tootie back inside out. And that's an offensive foul. One on one end, one on the other. Good job by the Pandas defense. You talk about pack line. Morgan Fry with the foul. You talk about the pack line.
Yeah,
Mark.
well, the Pandas, he's such a great coach. I mean, people have no idea just how good Kez is. Great defensively, great with footwork. As Donna talked about, he's definitely a chess player.
Yeah.
He realizes matchups and things like that, but his kids play great defense.
And they get up the court when the press break works. When you get 3-4 passes, ball doesn't hit the ground until it falls through the net. Gibson with the basket, and there's Tootie Jordan for three.
It's not senior night, but she's playing like normal. She's
just a sophomore.
Yeah.
We'll be treated her for 2 more years. Monahan, Humphrey moved her feet a little, but she gets the bucket and one. Labrador Humphrey.
Like I said, there's no give up in the Pandas. There never will be with the Coach Murphy team. But right now, once they're half court to half court, they're about even. But unfortunately, the turnovers have just absolutely killed the Pandas.
Labrador Humphrey to complete the three-point play. That's a fine-looking shooter.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. She shoots 66 from the free throw.
I know, that's a great shot.
Yes, it was very pretty.
Great form, I mean. Tootie Jordan up ahead. It goes. Can they finish? Brianna pills it out. She's going to shoot that three. Good form as well, just short. Lowry, step through, and the finish. Lowry.
Very nice. Great move, great control.
I don't like the back to the ball on the inbounds, but hey, they have success with it on that pressure. Looks like a diamond chaser. Boxing one. And Zakiya Johnson, great job to try and draw a shooting foul.
Number 33, Sophia Gibson, her first.
It's on Gibson, Sophia, number 33, the big, 6'5", Yale commit.
Coming off of an injury, though, Paul. She's been out for quite some time. She's just now back.
Zakiya Johnson hits the first of two. Her prolific scoring.
Zakiya shoots 79 from the free throw line to go along with 39% from the three-point line. There's a reason why she's what she is.
She hits them both. 15-point lead. A little spurt there by the Pandas. Got them within 13, but those two free throws stretch that lead for Sacred Heart.
Something else Sacred Heart's done we haven't mentioned. They went extremely deep on their bench. I mean, they really played. They probably already played 11, or more.
Johnson flies up court. Can't get that one to go. She's got the rebound. You can dribble, but she looks and looks, finds her teammates, and there's the three. Stoller can't get it to go.
But she did the right thing, Paul. She was ready for an outlet, but once again, the Pandas are sprinting down the court with their backs turned to the ball. She had no outlet. Guards didn't come back to help her.
Mark, I think you'd be, this is my memory. I used to steal the ball from my bigs after rebounds on the defensive end. I'd go and steal it. If they wouldn't get it to me, they couldn't find me, I'd steal it. That was always the thing.
Well, you'd have a hard time nowadays because the bigs are bringing the ball down the court. Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, they're saying, why waste the time of an outlet pass when I can handle it? But they're all trying to get in the league, though, so that's how it happens. Yeah.
These Valkyries, so potent. Up and down the bench, up and down the lineup.
Well, Wilkins shoots 71 from the free throw line, so you're down at the end of the game.
And she has as good a form as anyone.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Great
step through by Humphrey, can't get it to go. She tracks down her rebound. They look inside.
Beautiful pass.
Can't get it to go. She gets her own and put back. Yeah. Gibson with the putback. Sophia Gibson, 9.1 points, 6 rebounds. Has only played 15 games, as you mentioned, out of the team's 25. And there's Zakiya Johnson. 30 seconds left. And that's the largest lead for Sacred Heart at 18.
This is a tough game for Gibson. I mean, Kez talked about she's just not in shape, and this is a run game.
Yeah.
Not by her own, just by being injured. So,
yes.
You know, this is a tough game for that young lady. Got great hands, though.
Humphrey responded with a really nice pull-up jumper from inside the free throw line. Johnson, she's going to go baseline, and that's it. The end of the first half. No shot. It's a 16-point lead for the Sacred Heart Valkyries. Stay with us through the break. We'll get you caught up with halftime stats, and there will be a presentation for Zakiya Johnson and her McDonald's All-American selection yet again. Stay with us. More to come on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up.
How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. you can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
3 times.
Welcome back. It's our halftime program. Zakiya Johnson receiving her McDonald's All-American recognition. She's got friends and family on the court. All-time leading scorer in Sacred Heart history. A terrific, terrific basketball player. What makes her so special, Mark?
I think it's the intangibles, Paul. I mean, it's one thing to be a great player, but it's something else to be a great person.
When you look at that group of people surrounding her, you probably coached against a few of those women, right?
I did.
You coached girls' teams?
I've coached them, I'm pretty sure. And, I mean, her family and I are close. We've known each other. When I was at Oldham, they all came from Shelby, and that's where Zakiya came from. And they were all class acts, just awesome people. And, you know, it takes that to raise great kids. And, man, she is one special young lady.
And she's got some great athletes surrounding her out there as family and extended family celebrate with her. Tonight's scoreboard is presented by Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you. 7508 Preston Highway, 502-968-5657. And we're going to get some halftime stats. We'll take another break here. And when we return, we'll effort those halftime stats and take it from there. Jeff, you've got our next break ready? Yes, we do. We'll take that break, come back, stay with us on Black Hog.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
You cannot depend on Carl to make peace with his seatbelt.
Today!
Or on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup?
Or on Stephanie's perfect parking spot to stay perfect. But you can depend on their car starting because they have Interstate batteries. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Innovation is what allowed us to reach for the stars. And now, to reach for the ignition without changing your oil for what feels like forever. Introducing Oil Guard, a Ferris exclusive. This innovative Vanguard oil system lets you go 5 times longer between oil changes. Along with Ferris's patented suspension system, you'll cut faster, mow longer, and reduce maintenance.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycon.
Welcome back. Glycon coverage of the Sacred Heart Valkyries and the Notre Dame Pandas. We're here at halftime alongside Mark Evans. I'm Paul Najar. That celebration pregame was for the seniors. The celebration at halftime for Zakiya Johnson and her McDonald's All-American selection. What a player. What a standout young lady. Now we've got our halftime stats, and our halftime stats are brought to you by German American Bank. Support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more information. Mark, the stats that stand out to you here so far.
Paul, what jumps off the page right off the bat is something that Coach Murphy was really concerned about, and that's turnovers, and he had a reason to be. They have 14 turnovers, and that's the Pandas. And the Sacred Heart Valkyries only have 3. What that's done is that's given the Valkyries a lot more opportunities to score, and it's really paid off. Other stats that really stand out is, shooting percentages are about the same, but the Pandas are 12 of 28 for 46%, whereas the Sacred Heart Valkyries are 16 for 35 for 45%, but what really else stands out is 5 for 14 from the three-point line for the Valkyries, 38%. Only two threes for the Pandas, and then the free throws. Free throws are big. Sacred Heart stepped up and shot 83%, 10 of 12. Sacred Heart's got 12 assists, only 3 for the Pandas, and then rebounding is about a wash, about even. But to be quite honest, the Pandas can't afford that. They have to do better on the board.
Yeah, and you were saying that when they were attacking the glass, the offensive glass, that was letting runouts galore for Sacred Heart, especially when they started expending their lead in the first and in the beginning of the second quarter.
Well, pick your poison. Sacred Heart likes to play full court man-to-man. So does the Pandas, but it also opens up the court. And when it opens up the court, the team that passes the ball a little bit better, a little bit more experience, usually comes out ahead, and that's happened in that phase of the game.
You are a fan of those defenses, Mark, that most media or popular term you would call it are junk defenses. The triangle 2, the box in 1, the 1-3-1 half court or three-quarter court traps, those types of things. Right. And their junk is not, they're not junk. They're really solid. And I think the Pandas employed that box and 1 late in that second quarter and did a decent job with it.
Yeah. I think if it gets in the half court, the Pandas are fine. I mean, I think they can handle the Valkyries to a point. But the problem hasn't been the half court situation. The problem has been turnovers that's led to layups. Missed shots where the Pandas crashed the boards and they had nobody back. We talked about transition defense.
And helping break the press.
It's just,
the pressure.
They're in a tough spot. I mean, like I said, they're out one starter. They got the big back, but she's really not back yet. She's not in condition to play this type of ball game. Kez is going to do his best, but when it's all said and done, everything that we talked about has came true, and it's been to the benefit of the Valkyries, without a doubt.
Those halftime stats brought to you by German American Bank. Support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more info. We're going to take our last halftime break. When we return, we'll set you up for the second half right here on Glycod.
Not just blinds. Blinds Direct. Not just blinds.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycod.
Back to live action here at Sacred Heart Academy. The Valkyries nursing a comfortable 16-point lead. Visiting Pandas, Mark, we talked about Notre Dame playing when they're in their half-court defense, making things happen, but having to control the ball against an aggressive defense and an aggressive offense. That worries you on both ends, how their aggression with the ball, without the ball. That can be a real tough thing, especially when you haven't experienced that. And as Kes Murphy, head coach of the Pandas, has said, we had George Rogers Clark, we had Assumption, now we have Sacred Heart. That's a tough three tough opponents in a row.
Well, that's why he's here.
Yeah.
He's finding things out. He wants his number 32 to go against Tootie. And Tootie's probably one of the best, if not the best, on-ball defender. So, that's your first concern against Sacred Heart is, Tootie has a way of making life so difficult for teams to even get in their offenses. She's dangerous all the time because if she does take it from you and pick your pocket, she's probably going to make a layup at the other end. So, that's a piece of it. Sacred Heart's always played good defense. So does the Pandas. If it were just play half court, we'd have a pretty close game here today. But it's not that. It's a full court game, and the court's opened up, and to be quite honest, Sacred Heart runs a better break and is able to finish a little bit better than the Pandas, and so therefore you got a 47-31 score.
Talking to head coach Donna Moyer of Sacred Heart before our broadcast, before I got to I took her interview for the pregame. She said it was a tough go up there at last Friday at Simon Kenton. Yeah.
Simon Kenton, correct.
Yeah, so that game had chances to win, lost in overtime. And here is Notre Dame with first possession. Lowry, corner three. And to start the second half, great start. Halsapfel, her first, I believe, points of the game.
Yeah.
And Osting comes right back from Tootie Jordan.
Well, for the Pandas now, they have to not only score, knock down the big shot.
Can't get it to go. Gibson can't get that rebound. Comes down to Fry.
This is something I'm sorry, Paul. This is something the Pandas need to be really careful with. The ball hanging right now, and that's not going to affect Sacred Heart. What it's going to do is give Sacred Heart 3 or 4 on ones at the other end of the court. They're going to have to get back on this shot.
Johnson with that rebound, tipped out by Holtzapfel. And here comes Erin McGraw. She gives it up, and there's going to be a foul there. That foul will be on Caroline Osting and Amelia Stollard. Was driving in. She got fouled. They kick it out to Stollard to start the offense against Osting. Now, Erin McGraw moving left. Can't find her teammate. Overplayed there. Lowry. And that three from Stollard, no good. Comes down to Osting, the rebound.
But, Paul, something we talked about earlier. Actually, Tootie is guarding Lowry right now. So that might be why Lowry hasn't got a lot of open looks.
Yeah, it was. She did early, but then they said, we don't want that. We don't want her going off. Tootie knocked that one out of bounds.
Well, you know, Sacred Heart switches, and they match up pretty well with any of the switches they get. So, you know, Tootie's kind of moving from place to place, but right now she's been on Lowry.
Jocelyn Labrador Humphreys is checked in, and there's Lowry going right to the rack. Can't get it to go. Gets a rebound. Can't get it. Humphreys with the rebound now. And the three there open for Amelia Stollard. She puts it down.
Well, they got it to 12. They just have to get stops on the Sacred Heart end.
It's a 6-0 run. I'm sorry, a 8-2 run. There's another steal up ahead. And oh my.
Excellent defense by the Pandas. And once again,
there are going to be two shots? Wait a minute. There is. Okay, the trailing official saw the call. That's on Morgan Fry. So it'll send Holtzapfel to the line. It looked like a foul from where we are, and where the referee was underneath the basket was totally blocked. He could not see through those players. So the good job with the trail official seeing it.
Great crews work together.
Yeah.
Like anything else, great teams work together, and they cover for each other, and they make it a better ball game, and that's what you saw there.
Yeah, it was an immediate whistle. Said, hey, hold on. Let's get this right.
They also have their signing secretary sitting over there looking at him, trying to decide who's going to the districts and regions. So puts a little bit more pressure on the officials tonight.
It was 47-31 at halftime. The Valkyries led. Now it's an 8-2 run to start the second half for the Pandas. Just a 10-point game. Tootie Jordan can't control that pass.
Well, see, Paul, right now you got to have
Brianna Wilkins.
You got to have court game right now. They're able to keep them half court, and as I said, the defense that the Pandas will play from Coach Murphy will give the Valkyries some problems, and that's what's happening.
Holtzapfel's a little too high for Maya Lowry, and that turnover, tough. Could have cut that lead to single digits. Johnson gets away, gets her own rebound, and puts it back for the score. And McGraw, there's Humphreys inside. She puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Fry. And there will be a held ball. Is there a technical or is there a held ball? Is there a...
No, I don't think there's a technical
a warning?
ball.
I think there was a warning on the bench.
I think Coach Murphy wants a foul.
Yeah.
And I think that rightfully so. I'm not sure. The officials look a little, we've been bragging on, but they look a little confused on that one.
Addie Lowry in for Holtzapfel. The jump ball, possession goes to Sacred Heart. The held ball. Wilkins, Jordan. And not very good motion from that Sacred Heart offense. And Humphreys takes it up court, and there is a foul on. And that would be, I wasn't sure who was on. She broke through that double team. It was on Morgan Fry. It's her third.
I tell you what, the Pandas have came out extremely well here, and they've done it with their defense. They made it tough on Sacred Heart, and Sacred Heart turned the ball over 3 straight times. They're 3 out 4.
Lowry to the hoop with the left. She finishes, and there's a foul on Johnson. A chance to make it a 3-point play, and a 9 closed that lead to single digits.
Yeah, Lowry's. I'm surprised, but well, Kez's teams always play low score because that's just the style they play. But you know, only 9 points average a game. She can play.
I didn't understand that shot from Lowry. She just threw it up there and then started running back. Guess she knew it wasn't going to get down, and that foul will send Zakiah Johnson to the line.
Well, when Sacred Heart has problems, they go back to Johnson's roots. She used to be strictly a post-up player until she learned how to shoot the 15-footer and the three. So right now they're struggling scoring. So by God, they put her under the basket, they get her the ball, and she will score. And if she misses, she'll get her own rebound and score next.
Johnson misses the first. For a young big playing the game and developing, what's the best drill for a young big, Mark,
it's all footwork.
Yeah.
It's all footwork, and
Johnson
that's where you
misses two.
start. Yeah.
Up ahead to Stollard. Stollard looking. Inside it goes to Lowry. She fakes, squares out to her sister. Now to Stollard. There's Humphreys.
Talk about that, Paul. You know, one of the best in the business is Mark Pugh out of Gonzaga teaching post work.
Oh.
Every little advantage, every toe turn, foot turn. He's detailed as detailed. Now, I will tell you this. It's probably the most boring film I've ever watched, but I'll probably learn more from him on all of his footwork, shoulders, advantages, things that you wouldn't even think about would matter. But he's fantastic with bigs, and if you ever watch his teams play, you see exactly what I'm talking about.
And Addie Lowry hits the first of two.
A 9-point game.
Ryan Burden checks in for the Pandas. And taking a rest is Maya Lowry. Addie Lowry can't get it to go on the second one. 4 minutes, halfway through the third quarter. Zakiya Johnson behind the back. Peels back. Straight man-to-man pressure. There's Judy Jordan, step back, baseline three from 15, and she knocks it down.
Yeah, as we said, when Tootie knocking down threes that well, my gosh, you're in trouble. Because if you go out and crowd her, she'll go by you. If you stay back, she's knocking down threes. She's just deadly to deal with.
Good ball movement from the Pandas.
You know, Laurie's doing a really nice job of Zakiya Johnson out on the court. Now that's why Zakiya's starting to go inside and post up a little bit. I know we're a Panda offensive end right now, but that's just
good
further.
Baseline drive, blocked, and foul on the putback is Addie Lowry. Tari Ralston with a foul, her first. And now 16 fouls on the Pandas, or on the Valkyries. Pandas in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. Any foul committed by Sacred Heart will give Notre Dame 2 free throws.
Could be good or bad. You know, this Panda team shoots 60% as a team from the field. What they have to hope for is those getting fouled in this situation are their 70% free throw shooters, not their 45% free throw shooters.
Correct, and there's one of two. It's 2 for 4 from the line for Addie Lowry in this third quarter. Oh, great look. Gilvin.
Yeah, great set run by Sacred Heart that time to get him an easy bucket.
Lead back to 12 for the Valkyries. Again, good ball movement. Holtzoffel 3, no good. Rebound to Johnson, up ahead. Oh, what a terrific, and the follow from Tootie Jordan. Tari Ralston couldn't get that one to go, and Jordan followed up like every good ball player should. You got to sprint even though there's a layup for a teammate just to make sure. Good cross court, good pass, good vision. Gilvin, and just like that, a 9-point lead turns into a 16-point lead, 7 straight from the Valkyries. Timeout, Pandas, full timeout, so we'll take a break as well. Stay with us on Glycon.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344. 8344.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Tech24, a commercial food service repair company. Find out how you can train for a rewarding career and earn top pay and benefits by visiting mytech24.com.
Welcome back. Valkyries of Sacred Heart. 7-0 run to take a 16-point lead here in the third quarter. Just over 2 minutes to go in the third. Notre Dame took advantage of a lot of fouls here in the third quarter from Sacred Heart. Got to the free throw line quite a bit.
Yeah, but as things go on, Paul, they started selling them for threes. You had Morgan Fry back in the game with 3 fouls, and instead of going inside and trying to put her 4th foul on her, they jacked up a 3. And I think right at the end, bad shot selection by the Pandas, was the reason for that 7-point swing.
Yeah. Indeed. Old Softful, Lowry. Now they're looking for her inside, but they won't go to her. But Old Softful in the corner. Out to Lowry. Addie Lowry's 3. No good. Rebound to Gilvin. Here's Johnson. Flips it to Fry. Back to Gilvin. And there's a steal. Addie Lowry going in against Jordan. She fakes. Puts it up and good.
Yeah, great composure by Lowry. Give her a little head fake and let her do a flyby and finish the shot in control.
Fry, nice backdoor cut. Zakiah Johnson. How do you score 24, 25, 2,600 points? Just like that.
Well, the thing about she works so well away from the basketball. You can talk about she's a 3-level scorer and this and that. She is, but she knows how to work away when she doesn't have the ball.
And that was a 3-level foul on Johnson there, making sure Gibson did not score.
Well, one thing about it, they say if you're going to foul, don't give up 3-point plays the old way. She did a good job of making that happen.
There's some strength in that young lady. Gibson, her first of 2, no good. Old Softful and Lowry out. Humphreys in.
Well, Paul, you're seeing something different now. You're seeing the Pandas. They're no longer ball chasing, ball hanging. That free throw, they were all back. So Kez understands if he can make it a half-court game, he's got a chance. If it's open court, he's in trouble.
15-point lead in the Valkyries. Backcourt call, out of bounds. It would have been backcourt if Gilvin would have touched it, but she let it go out of bounds. Turnover to Notre Dame.
Yeah, Sacred Heart's had about 5-6 turnovers this quarter. Unlike them, but credit to the Pandas.
They've also had 3 or 4 really high-end finishes off assist, really good passes.
Yeah.
They might be needing to dial it back a notch, just to keep composure. Inside it goes. Gibson blocked by Ralston. Ralston giving up about 10 inches to Gibson. Called for the foul.
That was set by the coach. They saw a mismatch, and it was a great mismatch, and got the ball to the right player. She just got to finish with free throws right here, and she did it.
Gibson, this is the first.
Yeah, on the year she's shooting 41 from the free throw line, and that's not going to do much for you.
Got to adjust that launch angle just a little.
A little bit of a line drive. And like Kez said, she only started playing when she was in the 7th grade. She had never played before. She was a great swimmer. Her family's really talented, but she's just really learning the rhythm of the game.
With 2 seconds, Gilvin's shot, no good. Rebound to Gibson, and that'll end the third quarter with the Valkyries up 61-46. 15-point lead for Sacred Heart. We'll have our fourth quarter action coming straight ahead when we return on Glycod.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycon.
Welcome back to Sacred Heart Academy. Fourth quarter action about to begin. Officials huddled up. Players on the floor now. And alongside Mark Evans, I'm Paul Najar. You'll want to stay with us. Post-game programming. We'll have our stats of the game. We'll have our scoreboard, live scores, as well as our most outstanding players of the game, brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Inside it goes to Gibson. She puts it up, no good. Fry knocks it out of bounds. Possession maintained by the Pandas.
I think we see what the Pandas are trying to do. They're trying to exploit the inside with Gibson. Gibson just has to continue to work on being able to finish around the basket.
She'll go to Yale next year and play.
Well, one thing we know, she's awful bright.
Oh, gotta be. Boy, just Sacred Heart jumping every opportunity to get in the passing lane, the dribbling lane.
Once
really
again,
good defense.
But once again, they're able to sub out too. I don't mean sub out, but they play a lot of young ladies. Tootie's on break right now.
And Lowry goes to the rack. Fry picks up the charge on Addie Lowry.
That was a big move by Fry. Give her credit to having enough courage to do that with 3 fouls, because with 4, she'd probably be sitting on the bench right now. Big few minutes, of course. I mean, that's an understatement, but you know, the Pandas have to get stops. They have to get stops. They can't give up second shots, and they have to get down there and finish some of these baskets.
It's not an insurmountable lead to overcome, and to be honest, the Pandas have showed some really good signs. Nice backdoor cut, alley-oop, Zakiah Johnson from Wilkins.
Credit to Coach Moore, and credit to the kids for executing. That was well run. That was a call play.
That's a tough finish there. Riley Eberhard could not get that one to go. Eberhard name was a big name at Bellarmine for a few years, All-American. Adam Eberhard. Played terrific. He's from Evansville. Eberhard right wing against Wilkins. Out to Humphreys. Humphreys drives left. Kicks it to Lowry. She fakes. Turns. Tries to kick it out, but knocked away by Zakiah Johnson. Held ball. Possession.
So we get another turnover by the Pandas, and once again, Zakiah's everywhere, got a touch. You know, it's all about touches and deflections. And she got a touch and then retained the possession. Judy's back on the court. She's been out for quite a while.
She had taken a nice little rest, end of the third, beginning of the fourth.
She's had a great game today.
And knocked around was Becca Carson.
That's one of the assistant coach's daughters. Matt's been around for a long time. Great coach.
Becca Carson shot there, short. Rebound to Eberhard. Riley looking, trying to find a teammate. Finds Humphreys. Kicks it to Stollard. Stollard into the lane, spins. Tries to get a bounce pass, but that's stolen away by Ralston.
Yeah.
Ralston, left hand. She's got the strength. Tootie with the follow, no good. Wilkins with the follow, no good. They pick each other up. Here comes Humphreys. She moves left, she spins, and right there is Burden. Ryan Burden with the 10-footer.
Pandas did a pretty good job that time of getting back in transition defense. And it paid off.
Yeah, they did. There's Burton with the rebound. She finds McGraw. McGraw to Stollard. Her three, no good. Rebound. Foul on the rebound? Yes, there is.
Boy, that would have been a big three. That was a great look in transition, wide open, and didn't go down. But, boy, if it would have energized the Pandas, I do believe, a little bit.
Gibson returns.
Yeah, the clock is definitely Sacred Heart's ally.
Yeah.
Here real soon, the Pandas probably going to have to start fouling even to have a chance in the end, which we talk about all the time. And that's you're down by 10 points with 4 or 5 minutes to go. You're in trouble.
Ralston, she had a hand down, man down situation, and she launched it, but said rebound comes back to the Pandas. Maya Lowry. She's trying to get it to Gibson.
Yeah, they're definitely looking to take the ball to the hole for the most part. A couple transition threes. But when I thought they should have went inside, they took a couple deep bad shots, and then that's when it flipped. Score flipped on them, and not recovered yet.
And they go to Gibson. Gibson can't get it to go. Osting with the rebound. And she loses it, turns it over. Here comes Maya Lowry. Stollard three, no good. Johnson over to Ralston. Ralston, Osting. Oh, Wilkins.
Yeah, I tell you, she's silk. She's smooth.
That's her second three.
Johnson and her are both so smooth. They make everything look so easy.
And that one thrown away. I got it, you take it, where am I going? Step back, I'm going here, I'm going there, and now there is a timeout. And we will take a break as well. 60-second break here. The Valkyries up 18. Stay with us on Glycod.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycod.
And welcome back. It's Louisville Game Night here on Glycod at Sacred Heart Academy. The #1 ranked Valkyries, 4-time defending state champs, 7-time state champion in basketball. That is the most of any program?
I would say so. I don't know who.
I believe
but
it
by
is.
far. I mean, it started in 75, and when it became a KHSA sport, I don't think there's any doubt.
Yeah, this
a
will
string
be
of 3 and a string of 4 with and they are definitely the team to beat this year too.
This will be the 51st tournament, state tournament.
Yeah, Coach Murphy knows it don't do any good to save timeout, so he called another timeout because I think the wheels are about ready to fall off.
Yeah.
Just to refocus for his team.
Wilkins against that man-to-man pressure. Ralston with the 3, top of it, she hits, bottoms it out at the back of the rim, and it drops for her. It's a 21-point lead, largest lead of the night.
Yeah, her sister was a tremendous player here at Sacred Heart. She's
Yes,
a legacy
she was.
one.
And 3 from Holtzapfel. Goes down.
That was a pretty form. I could see why she shoots 37 from the 3. And had a lot of looks though tonight.
And there's a foul.
Number 12, Emma Holtzapfel, that is her second.
Yeah, Ralston is very aggressive. Her sister was very aggressive too. She definitely looks to score, and she's not afraid or not shy to shoot the three.
Just a freshman.
Number 23, Ryan Burton.
Ryan Burden in for the Pandas. That one no good. Lowry with a rebound. Up ahead to Holtzapfel. Her three, no good. Rebound. Humphreys. Tough. Gets it to Burden.
They do a nice job of reversing the ball, Paul. You know, we talk about that all the time. They make the defense move. They do a nice job of coming, catching triple threat.
Yes, they do. And Lowry to the rack. And she's fouled by Gilvin.
And when you move the ball that well, you'll get that.
They've had several layups blocked. Whether they're called or not called as fouls, they got to go up stronger. That is, they've got to be, because we've seen it. They do great
well,
ball reversal. They have great ball movement side to side. Paint touches haven't been there in order, but they get to the paint. They get to the rim. They got to finish.
Well, they have to finish, but that comes with composure.
Yeah.
You know, they have to learn to, when the defense is there, maybe pull up, soft little jump stop, little head shoulder fake, get them off their feet and score that way. Maybe a little bit more 2 foot strong moves as opposed to 1 foot layups.
Great pass by Fry to Johnson. Boy, Fry could have a double. Well, she could 10 assists anytime she wants. She gets that ball on the post and hits a cutter like that.
Yeah,
Ryan Burden with a tough move to the rack.
Great job of posting, buried them underneath the basket, and went around. They gave her the left shoulder, and she used it and scored.
That cross-court pass to Wilkins, too long, too tall, too far, out of bounds.
Once again, Coach Moore knows the league, knows the situation, and she's rolling kids in and rolling them out. Everybody's getting a good experience tonight, especially with seniors.
Lydia Mabaya in for the Valkyries, a senior. Old Sapo, her pass knocked out of bounds by Wilkins. You want to stay with us post-game. We'll have our stats and we'll have our most outstanding players from each team. We'll have upcoming games. Mark, you and I believe, we'll be out at North Oldham tomorrow night, right?
No, Paul, I think you're with Gary.
I'm with Gary Forrest at North Oldham.
I have the Mill Manual doubleheader.
Yeah.
I'll have a great game also. Great 2 games.
Yes, you will. As Old Suffolk can't get that one to go. Zakiah Johnson, the McDonald's All-American, finds the touch for Mabaya. Mabaya can't get that one corralled properly. Steal up ahead is Burden, blocked by Wilkins, and here comes Johnson. Johnson step through, crossover, can't get it to go. Mabaya with the rebound. Mabaya again.
Got some tongues dragging out there right now.
Little fatigue.
Fatigue, especially from the Pandas. Last time.
Can't get that one to go.
Yeah, they're trailing everything.
McGraw. Nice bounce pass to Lowry for the finish.
Well, when you're really tired and you hang back, you get layups sometimes.
They just called timeout for a substitute, and Ashley Smith is in. Ashley Smith, number 5. And also in number 12, Greer Wathen. As Fry gets her applause. And Coach Donna Moyer getting her final sub in for senior All-American. They're going to wait till they get it to the front court, I believe. Gets the ball. She'll bring it across half court. There's Zakiya Johnson. Will she get her curtain call? Mabaya knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Sacred Heart. And Zakiya Johnson, senior night, the All-American.
Well,
LSU commit.
They were working really hard to get Mabaya the ball. So
They wanted her to get that bucket.
Yeah, get that bucket.
She got one earlier in the game, first quarter. Blocked there. By Eberhard, and the Pandas, a good squad. You can see the makings of some real opportunities as Sarah Young hits that one.
Well,
and that will do it, Mark. 74-59, a 15-point win for the Sacred Heart Valkyries. And just an impressive overall performance.
I think by both teams.
Yeah.
You know, I think these Pandas, I know who they have to get through, Cooper and Dixie. There's a few really good teams in that 9th region, but I'll tell you what, when it's all said and done, they get their players all the way back 100%. I think they have a great shot at playing up in Rep Arena this year. And, of course, we know the Valkyries, you know, it's going to take tremendous effort to knock them off. So, you know, they should be back, but you never can tell.
Yes, indeed. 15-point win for the Valkyries. We're going to take a break, come back with our post-game programming. Stay with us on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Check it. Ooh.
Need a better battery? Get an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Should have had an Interstate.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville. Blunt Dental Group is a high-quality, family-owned dental practice. We are committed to educating our patients, as well as investing in the latest technology to provide more efficient dental care. Our team of licensed dentists and hygienists includes 2010 Male High graduate Tyler Blunt, located in the heart of Linden at 8013 New LaGrange Road, Suite 6. For an appointment, call 502-425-7068 or go online at bluntdentalgroup.com. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
and lead a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by the Army National Guard. Protect what matters most to you. Visit your nearest National Guard recruiter or nationalguard.com.
It was a 74-59 win for the Sacred Heart Valkyries over the visiting Notre Dame Pandas, 9th region. Pandas, young, talented, but this Sacred Heart squad, Mark, took care of business tonight.
Yeah, they really did. And it's always a tough night on senior night. You know, you're playing kids that some of those seniors don't start normally, so it's kind of throws you out of sync just a little bit. Great for the kids, but sometimes a struggle. I thought Sacred Heart recovered from all that. Those kids came in, played extremely well, you know, they like we say, we talk about Donna's depth all the time. They show why they have great depth.
Wow. And it's not, you know, I've got an instant offensive player here. I got a defense stalwart. Their depth goes up and down the floor at both ends. So, our ticker overlay, our scoreboard ticker, brought to you by Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the white hat sent you. Holy Smokes Barbecues. You see some of the scores. We were looking at. We have Josie Gilvin, the older sister of Riley Gilvin, playing at Western Kentucky University right now. Pretty interesting. Lots of legacy players here at Sacred Heart, as well as at Notre Dame. Final stats are brought to you by German American Bank. Support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more info. And the reason I brought up Gilvin's name is she's on the big board across the way that's flashing up some of the these great players that have played through the years at Sacred Heart. Anyway, Mark, our final stats brought to you by German American Bank, the ones that were most critical to you.
Most critical to me from the get-go was turnovers. And it evened up at the end of the game, but when the game really mattered the most, the Pandas just had too many. They ended up with 21 turnovers. Sacred Heart had 14, but boy, they came really late, and they probably made 5 turnovers in a row. Up until that point, they were single digits.
It was 13-6 at first half, end of the first half, I think it was. 13 turnovers for Notre Dame and 6 for Sacred Heart. Third quarter seemed, early in the third quarter, the Pandas put some pressure on Sacred Heart, but couldn't get that critical basket.
Well, I thought they came out extremely well with their defense. What happened was they quit hanging around the rim, and they got back and they played half-court defense, and it bothered Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart had 4 or 5 turnovers in that little span, and then the Pandas were able to capitalize. But when they really could capitalize, it was a point where Morgan Fry had 3 fouls. They put her back in the game, and they had the big on her, and there was a mismatch, bottom line. And they chose to take a few quick threes, and that's Unkez-like. But like you said, his team is learning. And all of a sudden, Sacred Heart scored 7 straight points, and there was no looking back.
And those German-American stats, let's go to them a little more. What the ones that stick out? We have, of course, Zakiya Johnson. When you look at her stat line, 11 points on 3 of 8 shooting, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. But the leading scorer, Tootie Jordan, 16 points, leading scorer of the game. But Jocelyn Humphreys for Notre Dame, 10 points, 7 points apiece for Maya Lowry and Sophia Gibson. And, that was it. The two players for Sacred Heart, 16 and 11, that's Tootie Jordan.
You're looking at your halftime stats, Paul.
Am I?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
I've got one. There we go.
Anyway, yeah.
Let's go back. Yeah. 20 points for Tootie Jordan and 19 for Zakiya, 10 for Brianna Wilkins, 11 for Riley Gilvin. And Maya Lowry led Notre Dame with 13. and 10 for Humphreys, 8 for Sophia Gibson. But those are scoring ones, but your final stats.
My final, if you look at your shooting percentages, bottom line, Sacred Heart was just more productive from the field across the board. Sacred Heart shot 47%, 28 of 60, whereas the Pandas shot 22 of 56 for 39. That's a big difference. Three-point line, 5 of 17 for 29% for the Pandas, where Sacred Heart was a lot more efficient. 7 to 18 for almost for 39%. Free throw line, once again, the Valkyries cooled off in the second half a little bit, but they were 68%, 11-16. It was a wash, 10 of 18 for the Pandas. But, like I said, the big story for turnovers and playing the kind of style that you want to play. Pandas would have been better off playing half-court basketball tonight, and the Valkyries would have been better playing what they did, and they won the battle of the transition game.
They did indeed. They controlled the tempo. Not an easy task against a Kes Murphy coached team. Donna Moyer and her Valkyries get the big win here tonight, 74-59. So those are your final stats, brought to you by German American Bank. Support your community school with a German American school spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more info. We're going to take our last post-game break. Come back with our most outstanding players, brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Stay with us. Our most outstanding players straight ahead on Glycod.
Yeah, that's been.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Blunt Dental Group is a high-quality, family-owned dental practice. We are committed to educating our patients, as well as investing in the latest technology to provide more efficient dental care. Our team of licensed dentists and hygienists includes 2010 male high graduate Tyler Blunt, located in the heart of Linden at 8013 New LaGrange Road, Suite 6. For an appointment, call 502-425-7068 or go online at bluntdentalgroup.com. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles.
Blind Direct, not just blinds. Blind Direct, not just blinds.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Come back. Louisville game night here at Sacred Heart Academies. The Valkyries 74-59 winners over visiting Notre Dame Pandas. And alongside Mark Evans, I'm Paul Najar. Mark, we've got our tonight's most outstanding players brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And like we could do any game, anytime, anywhere she's involved, Zakiya Johnson would be a great choice for most outstanding player. But for let's start first for the visiting Notre Dame Pandas.
Okay, Paul. I mean, they have several kids too, but I was really impressed with Maya Lowry.
Yeah.
You know, Coach Murphy told me a lot about her, and I just like her game. It's very well rounded. She can rebound. She can take the ball away from you. And she can score. You know, she had 13 tonight.
Played very good defense, too.
Played it well. His team's always played good defense. They're very well connected. But she was impressive.
Maya Lowry, the most outstanding player, brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And for the Valkyries, we mentioned Zakiya Johnson and her 19 points.
Well, I always said that if Tootie could continue to improve on her outside shot, she would just be unbelievable to deal with. But tonight, she stepped up. She always makes her free throws. That's always impressive. But she hit a few threes tonight, and she was just smooth. You know, her defense is always spectacular, but she just did so many great things and ended up with, I think, 20 or whatever, but it didn't really matter. The bottom line is I think she deserves a nod tonight.
Amira Tootie Jordan, the most outstanding player for Sacred Heart Academy tonight. She did play a terrific floor game. Offense, defense, transition, the works. And that is the way those most outstanding players shake out tonight. The Valkyries improve to 24-3. I believe that is. Is that right? Yes. Where are we? I've got the wrong.
They're 25-3.
25-3.
25-3.
And the Pandas down 19-7. 19-7, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, 19-7 after tonight. So we want to thank our executive producer, Steve Bird. We want to thank president and owner of Glide Cod, Chris Labar. Max Gorley on the camera tonight. Thank you, Max. And we had Jeff Cooper doing our production right here, directing the show right here in the top row of the stands here at Sacred Heart. And for Mark Evans, oh my goodness.
Don't talk, Paul.
Hey.
Be careful. Louisville's up 64-60 over Duke.
We're watching those women's games, those scores. Anyway, for Mark Evans, I'm Paul Najar. Thrilled again to bring you this action. And tomorrow night, folks, you're going to tune into Glycod because we've got some games ahead. We've got Mel Manual doubleheader, the girls and the boys. You'll be broadcasting that, Mark. Jeff, will you be at Mel Manual? No, you'll be at... Oh, you're going to be with us at X and Gary Forrest at St. X at North Oldham, two of the top 5 teams in the state, and number 1, St. X. So that'll be a fun one out at North Oldham, and so many more really outstanding games this week and next week. You'll want to stay with us through the postseason. We'll have some district games. We'll have district championship games, semifinals, and then regionals to follow. 6th, 7th, and 8th region, as well as the 11th region in Lexington. Should be, well, you just stay tuned to Glycod. We'll have all your games for whoever you follow will be there. So thanks again for watching, everybody. For Chris Labar, Steve Bird, Max Gorley, Jeff Cooper, and Mark Evans, I'm Paul Najar signing off. Have a good night, everyone.
From Glycod, this has been UA Local 502 Louisville Basketball Game Night. UA Local 502, they do it right the first time. Tonight's game was brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. The Army National Guard, where the next greatest generation is now. German American Bank, building our community together. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. IBEW Local 369, power up your potential. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles. State Farm Insurance Agent Mike Shelton, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And Holy Smokes Barbecue.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.